Welcome back. I'm Erin, the Two Martini Stitcher, here on YouTube and Instagram, and this is my channel about cross stitch. So if you're new here, this is where we talk about my cross stitching and a little bit of life stuff. And if you are a returner, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again this week. If you are a returner, you probably noticed that I'm in a little different location. No murder wall. Now it's like ocean wall. Like I feel like I'm on some kind of green screen. I clearly need to decorate my house. I am in a different spot today. I am up in our bonus room upstairs, which is, it used to be the kids' playroom, but then as they got bigger, it became kind of a little bit of a dance room. But now that the two dancing girls pretty much live at the studio, they don't need a dance room here. So it's become kind of my home workout area. And I'm gonna turn this kind of back portion of the room into a little bit of a craft room, a little bit of cross stitch place to kind of organize now that I'm outgrowing, now that I have bought my little, what is it called? Ottoman. I have a little storage ottoman that I keep all my cross stitch stuff in, but it's getting pretty full and it's not very organized. So I think I'm gonna turn this area into like storage for my cross stitch stuff, patterns and fabric, and then also for like finishing. As I'm starting to accumulate a little bit of stuff for finishing, and I'm gonna move my sewing machine up here. Right now, my daughter and I tend to sew downstairs on the dining room table, but it'd be nice to have like a spot for it. Another reason that I'm upstairs is because on Friday, we adopted a dog into our family. And right now he's not coming upstairs. We're leaving this as an area for the moment for the cats to escape him. So we have some old, not been used in a long time baby gates on the stairs. And I just thought it would be easier to not have like all my stuff out. He's still learning. He's still learning the rules and what we can play with and what we can't. As any of you who have ever adopted a rescue dog know, there's definitely an adjustment period, and we're in it. He's getting used to where he is, and we're getting used to each other. And so I just thought it'd be easier to be up and where he can't get into all of the stuff that I always have laying around when I'm doing these videos. Not an exciting cocktail this week, guys. Just old standby gin and tonic. It's definitely happy hour. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm hoping that this will be pretty quick. I actually, because we got the new family member, have not done as much stitching this week. I mean, I did a fair amount, but I don't feel like I have a huge pile of WIPs to show, and I have very, very little haul. So I think this will go pretty quick. So let's get into it. WIPs, what did I work on this week? So when I left you last week, I was working on both magical stitches and enchanted stitching homework because I'm crazy like that and need to do all of the challenges and all of the SALs. So I was working on light side and dark side. I think I maybe had all that done, but I did need for magical stitches to still finish. I needed to still, I think I still had a little, did I still need to finish up? I think I had all of that done. But I was working on, for Enchanted Stitches, Penny Autumn, which I think I had started last week and showed you guys, but I did get some more work in on that. And where is that? It's down here. I also don't have as much table space up here quite yet, so some stuff is on the floor. Let's see. So here's Penny Autumn by Plum Street Samplers. And I was working on this for enchanted stitching for what I would make for Aurora's birthday, and I said I would hook her a penny rug, like the border, which is all I worked on. So there we go. There's the little penny border. And so funny, when we went to adopt the dog, my middle daughter talked me into driving down to Oregon for the very first day of this rescue's adoption event. They're from Texas. They bring a bunch of dogs up to the Pacific Northwest because there's lots of people up here that want to adopt a dog and lots of dogs in the Houston area that need adopted. So they bring them up here. So we went down to Portland, and I did stop at Acorns and Threads on the way home. We drove right by the exit. There was no way I wasn't stopping. I bought 3 flosses, guys. 3, that's all I got. But I had to stop in and say hi to Janine. And one of the flosses I got was one that I was missing for this. I had it on order, but it hadn't come yet. And it's one of the colors that goes in here. So I bought it at Acorns and I still haven't gotten to it. Like, what did I think? That I was gonna finish this whole border and need that yellow color? I had to have it. Gave me a really good excuse to stop and say hi to everybody at Acorns and Threads. So that's the little bit more progress I got on Penny Autumn. And then for something related to food or baking, and the bonus in magical stitches for a project that dazzles me, I worked on my Mill Hill Kit Latte kit, because it has beads on it that are very dazzling, and latte, food. It's a food group. Coffee is a food group. Fight me. So here it is. I did these little checkers boards over here and then worked my way up the side. And when I was working on this, I was really feeling an urge to start the beading because I kept thinking that I needed to stitch in here, but that's beads. Like there's beads all around the mug. And so I asked in my Insta stories, like, it says to do all the stitching first and then do the beading, but is that a hard and fast rule or is that a bendable rule? And luckily, experienced stitchers set me straight and said, you might want to hold off, and they gave me a lot of really good reasons. They are correct, very smart. I wasn't thinking that like the thread would catch on them. So I held off and I just did stitching and I didn't start the beading. So thank you all so much for setting me straight and helping me out. And there's my progress on Latte. I should have brought up, I didn't bring up anything so that you can't see through it, but there it is. You guys get the gist. I did a little border work. Not that exciting. It's like 250 stitches. There's that. What else did I work on? Oh, how have I not showed you guys Harry Potter book covers? That's always what I show you first. Are you guys thinking that I abandoned it? Abandoned it? Ugh, I can't say that. Forget it. You guys know. I did not forget about it. I didn't quit working on it. I'm still doing 100 stitches a day. I think I missed one day. I think the Friday that we drove down to Portland and back, I missed. But here's where I got to on Harry Potter book covers. So I did a whole nother triangle all the way up. And you guys can see, here's his broom. Here's the edge of Harry's broom. And then there was quite a bit more confetti up in here, and actually the broom is too, but it's coming along. So there's my progress on the Harry Potter book covers. 100 stitches a day. That gets 100 stitches a day unless I absolutely can't. So, all right. And then on Saturday, the next part of the Steoch dropped and I got that done. Boom. What is this, week 5? There it is. There's the Steoch along. Let me hold it up. There we go. Oh, my needle minder in a crazy spot. So I think this week it was a whole bunch of white. You can definitely see another hand coming in. I mean, this is definitely the Golden Girls, but it'll be interesting to see what their heads are. Michelle Bendy Stitchy and I were messaging about this, and she had some fantastic suggestions, like cat heads. I think she had a couple others. They all have afros, like fantastic. I hope it's all of them. So keeping up with the Steoch. I'm so proud of myself, guys. If I get through keeping up on this, I think that deserves like a great big fun new start. What do you guys think? Do I get a great big fun new start if I actually keep up with this? And then I will probably never, ever, ever do it again. So, but I'm keeping up with that. And then, what did I do on Sunday? Oh, I finished the Steoch. It takes me, I can't get that done in one evening. But then on Sunday, while I was waiting to start all of this week's homework, because I can't start until like 10 p.m. on Sunday night, I did get a finish in I finished the autumn ABCs. So there it is. Finished filling in that pumpkin and the last little bit of alphabet. So there's the Lizzie Kate autumn ABCs. And I think that's all called for. The stem and this little like ribbing and the acorn I did in the DMC. But the rest of it, the leaves, the pumpkin, and the alphabet are the called for week's dye works. So that's all done. I am going to try to do a bunch of fully finishing this weekend. I think this weekend is the fully finished weekend for that Michelle Bendy and I think Diana, it's Kismet. I think they're the ones who created, ingenious the Flosstube finishing weekend, which is supposedly this weekend. So I'll probably get that done and hung up, switch it out because the summer one, it is well and truly not summer here anymore in the Pacific Northwest. I know a lot of you guys are still having super hot weather. We are not. We are having 60 degrees and pouring down rain and the leaves are turning. It is well and truly fall here in the Pacific Northwest. It's time for fall decorating. So that was a finish. I was really hoping that I would have my daughter's pillow all fully finished to show you guys. I don't. She just picked out the fabric for the back of it today. So I'm hoping to do that tonight or tomorrow, and I will take pictures and I will post them on Instagram, and that will be the place to see what her Texture Mom cross stitch looks like. And if you're new here and you don't know what that is, go back a few videos where I show you the finish on a cross stitch piece I did for my daughter who is going to college on Friday. It is a very, very subtle reminder to Texture Mom. Stuff is falling out of my pockets. Okay, so homework for this week for School of Magical Stitches and Enchanted Stitching. In School of Magical Stitches, we have to procure items for our professors. They have to be done in order. And if we can make the same piece fit for every single one, we get bonus points. So you know that I made one project fit, all of them. And because it is the September of stitch-alongs for me, that piece is Playing with Jax. So Playing with Jax is getting 1,000 stitches this week. I have 600 in so far. Sorry guys, I don't know, my hair keeps sticking in my face. I have 600 in so far. It'll get another 400, but this is what Playing with Jax looks like. There is an alternate forest pumpkin that you'll see I have partially stitched up. Then instead of a jack-o'-lantern face, it's leaves. It's like autumn leaves. And that's a free alternate pattern on the Cricut Collection blog website. I'll link that below. So this is a stitch along that Leslie Hurley and I are doing. The hashtag on Instagram is hashtag PlayJaxSal. So that'll be linked below. So if you guys want to join us, join away. Neither Leslie or I are fast finishers, so we're going to be at it a while. You can join anytime. And if you want to join and you need the pattern or fabric or flosses, Anne at the Shepherd's Needle has put together a coupon code for us. So if you need any part of it, any or all of it, you just call the shop. I think the code is SALFUN, but I'll put all the information below along with the phone number for the shop. Just call them and they'll get everything to you for 15% off. So that was really sweet of her, and it's good through the end of the year because she knows that, you know, sometimes people have to wait for a paycheck, or she also knows that we're slow and we'll still be stitching this probably until December. So that's the Play Jax SAL. You guys want to see where I got to? I've got threads hanging. Pardon my threads hanging. So here's where I got to on the Playing with Jax. And it's all wrinkly. So I already had this done. So I started over here. The third thing that I had to procure for potions was eggshells. I think eggshells. You had to stitch in gray or silver. And so here's my gray stitching for that, but I needed to work my way over to that because I'm too lazy to count my way over to it. So normally my MO would be to like finish this pumpkin and then go and finish this pumpkin and then finish that pumpkin. But I needed to get to the gray, so I worked my way over to the gray. So, and now I'll probably come back, I'll finish off these threads that are left hanging because I still have another 400 stitches to put in. So I'll finish off these and then I'll probably come back and work some more on that center forest pumpkin. But this is, I'm doing this on 32 count linen in the colorway Valor by Picture This Plus with all the called for DMC. The forest pumpkin calls for 1 silk and I'm using, I think, Autumn Leaves is the silk I'm using. Can you guys hear the dog? He sometimes gets a little crazy. He's still a little anxious and barks at, we have a big backyard with like lots of squirrels and bunnies, and he likes to bark at the squirrels and bunnies, and sometimes deer. We haven't seen a bear lately, but we occasionally have bear in the backyard. So that's playing with Jax. And then the only other thing I worked on, which was today, for enchanted stitching homework for, I think, cursed piece. I'm using this for a cursed piece because it does feel a little cursed. I started Be Thankful by Shepherd's Bush. So, and this isn't truly cursed. It calls for 10 count Tula fabric and then to stitch 3 strands over 1 square. Well, I don't have 10 count fabric. I couldn't find 10 count fabric. So what I ended up doing was I did have some 22 count Aida, ivory Aida, and I tea coffee dyed it yesterday. It came out really good. And I am stitching this. I didn't want to start with 3 over 2 to start with. So I started with 2 over 2 to see how the coverage was, and I like it. Pardon me. So instead of the 3 over 1 that the pattern calls for, I am doing 2 over 2 on 22 count. And the reason that I just didn't go with whatever fabric or size I wanted was because there's buttons. See, there's buttons on this, and I had bought the button pack, which they didn't have at 1-2-3 Stitch, so I ended up having to like get them from Jabco. And so I bought all the buttons for the Scatter series as well, since I was paying shipping. Since I was paying shipping on a like $13 shipping pack, I might as well, you know, buy $80 worth of buttons, right? That makes good sense. So I had already gotten the button pack, so I wanted it to be a relatively the same size. So here is my start on Be Thankful. There we go. It's really cute. I really like it. So I think I have about 100 stitches in, so this is going to get about 150 more stitches for that homework. And then I still have a couple going into plans. I have a couple more homework assignments for enchanted stitches. I need to work on the WIP I haven't touched the longest, which I went back through my calendar and looked, and the WIP I haven't touched for the longest is Holiday Quaker. So you guys will see that next week. I'm real excited to actually get to stitch on that again. I really love that piece. I haven't been in a big hurry to get back to it because there's no way, it's big, there's no way it's gonna get done for this Christmas. So I haven't been in a huge hurry, but I'm excited to stitch on that again. And then our most boring piece, since the fairies put the kingdom to sleep, when Sleeping Beauty went to sleep, I have to work on my most boring piece. And I think I'm going to count all my Steoch stitching when that drops on Saturday, because I do find that stitching kind of boring because you don't know what you're stitching. Like, it's just random stitching. And I'm finding I don't enjoy that as much. So I think that'll be that. So 400 more stitches and playing with Jax, a little work on Holiday Quaker, Steoch, Harry Potter book covers. Those are the plans. What else do we have to do? Flosstube shoutouts. Oh, there was somebody I was going to shout out. Who was it? Now I can't remember. Well, I will tell you, my most favorite videos I watched this past week were Michelle Bendy Stitchy and somebody else who I can't remember now, Emily C. I will link them below, did whip downs. Like they culled through their whips and got rid of a bunch of whips. And that was amazing and fun to watch. So check them out. And then I think Michelle did her whip down as like a special video. And then in her regular Saturday, she did a parade of everything that she kept. So those were really fun. Check them out. I'm not there yet, but it was really fun to see, like, just to see everything that they were working on or they had in their whips and why they kept things. And it made me really realize, that's good English, that I only want to start things I love. There are a lot of patterns I look at that I go, oh, that's fantastic. That's beautiful. But if I don't want to hang it at my house, and that's kind of where Michelle was, if I'm not going to hang it at my house, why am I stitching on it? So if it's not a gift or I'm not going to hang it on my house, don't start it. That was the lesson I took away. So that leads me to stash acquisition. And there really wasn't a lot this week. So first, Stitchy Kindness. This I definitely do want to stitch. I got a Instagram message from a lovely Instagram Flosstube friend, Lisa, who saw this on Stash Unload, thought of me, and got it for me and wanted my address to send it to me. And I love it. This I'm definitely stitching, possibly more than once, because my father-in-law needs this at his bar as well. Check it out. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And there is a shop model of this at Acorns and Threads, and it's been on my wish list. And every time I go down there, I almost buy it. So Lisa, thank you so much. That is so thoughtful. And I didn't realize the shop model's kind of behind the register, and so I hadn't looked at it that closely, but there's beads and an olive pick pin on it, and this came with all of that too. I'm very excited. Matter of fact, I think I have fabric on order, like a greenish fabric on order, so I can get that started soon. So Lisa, thank you so much. That was some fun stitchy mail. And then as far as acquisitions, as I said, I went to Acorns and Threads. These are the exciting things I bought. 2 flosses for projects. And then the missing Steoch DMC. Oh, and I still haven't done those like 5 stitches. So I guess I'm not technically caught up, but now I have a floss and I can get caught up. I should have done that this weekend. I forgot about it. The other thing, I think I actually bought these a couple weeks ago, but I just printed them out because these were an Etsy purchase. And I've decided to start printing out the cover page so I don't forget about them. And these were patterns I saw, and this must be the artist, but I don't know her Etsy shop. I will link it below. I saw these on Julie's Flosstube, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, and I had looked at them before. I had seen them before. I think I'd even favorited them, but I wasn't sure about them. There are a bunch of Harry Potter charts, and there are these snow globes. So this one is the burrow. So this is Minasianyana. I think that's the designer's name, but that's not her Etsy name, I don't think. I don't think that's the name of her Etsy shop, so I'll link it below. So I had seen these and I love them, but I just wasn't like, what would I do with a whole bunch of snow globes? And then Julie said that she was thinking she would just do the circle part and make them into ornaments. Genius. See, this is why I watch Flosstube. Genius. Yes, a whole bunch of ornaments. So I went and bought them all because they were like, it was 2 packs of 4 designs. And so I went and bought both the packs because, as Julie pointed out, sometimes with these like kind of licensed things, they disappear. So this one's the burrow. There's Diagon Alley. Hogsmeade. I mean, how pretty would these be as ornaments? This is Godric's Hollow. Of course, Hogwarts. Look at the little boats of the first years in the boats. Ooh, love it. Hogwarts Express with the flying car. Privet Drive. And then Shell Cottage. So I printed those out. I think I actually bought those like 2 weeks ago, but I printed them out so I wouldn't forget about them. Don't know when I'll start them, but I do love the idea of having all those as an ornament, and I would totally stitch all of those. So, and then the only other thing I purchased, I had a order come in from 123 Stitch. I've been thinking kind of past Christmas. So I have a bunch of fall stitching. I have a few Christmas things I want to start here in the next couple months, but then come January, February, I'm not going to want to stitch fall Christmas things. So I've been thinking about more wintry, more springy things, and I needed, So I was looking at spring things. This particular sampler had really caught my eye, and it was out of stock. Just in general, this one caught my eye because it rains here a lot. It was a nice sentiment, I thought, maybe for my husband's and I's anniversary, to stitch for our anniversary in April. But it had been out of stock at 123 Stitch, so I did the whole notify me. And then when it popped up, I placed an order. So these will get started, I don't know, sometime by the new year. So the first one is, what is this one called? It's Silver Creek Samplers Through the Storms. I just love this whole sentiment. I love the rain and the umbrella being here in Seattle. And it says, no relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. This has been on my wish list for a while, and I decided it was just time to get it and start it maybe for spring. And then I also got this Silver Creek Samplers. No winter lasts forever. No spring skips its turn. And I think I have some fabric that'll work for that. Actually, the other piece of that bluish gray fabric that I showed you guys last week that I got at Acorns, I'll have plenty of that. Maybe that'll work really nice for that. And then I also got this Plum Street Sampler, Hare's Hunt. And this isn't new, 2017. There's a whole series of these with the little rabbits. I'm not necessarily like a big rabbit person, but I love the big tulips. I love tulips and all the little eggs hidden around. So I thought this would be a great springy, like kind of Eastery, but not overtly Eastery. But this would be a fun one for spring. So I got that. And then I also ordered some fabric. I got this piece. It is 28 count Petals Lugano by Picture This Plus. And is it showing up here? It's pink. It's like a light pink. Oh, here. I also got some white so that I could start Turkey Bay. So here, I'll put it up against the white so you guys can see. You can see it's just a really pale pink. And I got this I was looking for a pale pink for Michelle Bendy Stitchy's Love pattern. And so I bought it for that. And also because I just wanted to see it, because I'm looking for a fabric to do Lindy Stitch's, I can't remember the name of the pattern. The one with the granny squares and the birds. And the model is on a bright mint, but I wanted something that maybe wouldn't compete as much with the granny squares. Online, it said this Petals is like pink and mint, but I don't see as much mint in it. It still might work, but I would maybe like, if you guys have a good fabric that you like that is light pink and mint, or maybe just a really light mint and not that bright of a mint, hit me up. Let me know. Let me know your favorite light pink mint, because that doesn't have a lot. I mean, maybe a different piece would, but this is really just pale pink. It's pretty. I wish I had gotten a bigger piece because I would totally do Hare's Hunt on it as well. I might just have to order another piece because I only got a little one because Michelle's pattern's little. So I kind of wish I had gotten a bigger piece. See, I usually err on buying a big old hunk of fabric, but I wasn't sure I wanted a big old hunk of 28 light pink. Should have done it. Should have done it. And then there were 2 flosses that I needed. Not even sure what for. Honeycomb, I know I needed for Penny Autumn. And then I bought it at Acorns and Threads. And then Chives. I don't know what that's for. Oh, I think it's for this. Chives is for that. Because I think I had everything else. Or they were out of this faded rose. I'll pick it up somewhere. Maybe my next trip to Acorns. So that was the entirety of my haul, guys. I actually am slowing down. I've got lots of stuff that I love to stitch. I need to organize what I have before I buy some more stuff. So that's it. The only thing I have left is giveaway. There was no giveaway last week because you guys blew me away and I flew past 1,000 subscribers. So I've been working this week on putting together a big 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I'm doing a favorite things and we're gonna start today. So it's gonna run for a couple weeks. I will not draw a winner until October 2nd. So that'll give everybody 2 full weeks, almost 2 full weeks, because this will go up tomorrow, and 2 videos to enter the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Because I know not everybody can keep up and there's lots of people to watch. So this little favorite things pack will probably grow. Actually, I know it will grow, but here's what's in it so far. Do you guys want to see what's in it so far? So the first thing the winner's gonna get is a Bitsy Bob because I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with the Bitsy Bobs. Everybody needs at least one for traveling. So this is the one I picked out. It's just a really pretty prim, kind of neutral. And then inside so far, I have a couple of needle minders from Abby Top Knot Stitcher because I love her needle minders. I also have a pair of scissors from her shop. Look at those cat scissors. Because your scissors stick right on there. See? They stick right on there. So handy. So you need a pair of scissors. So there's some cat scissors. I also have fallen in love lately with Fancy Floss. I'm a Fancy Floss convert. So I'm going to be giving you at least 1 skein of Fancy Floss. This one is Morning Glory by Gentle Art because I just love that blue. Look how pretty that is. So there'll be some floss in there. And a couple charts from my current, I have so many favorite designers, but you guys know I do love the Lizzie Kate. I do. I'm doing tingles. I'm doing the yearbooks. I love a good Lizzie Kate. So this little fall snippet is going to be in there because fall is here in the Pacific Northwest and hopefully it's coming to you too. And then I also picked up an extra copy of Michelle's Bendy Stitchies Noel. Isn't that so cute? And this actually was graciously donated by Janine at Acorns and Threads. Because when I stopped there last Friday, I was buying this for the giveaway and she said, I thought you got this last week. And I said, I did, but I love it so much. I wanted to give one away. And so she said, well, I will donate it to your giveaway. They are so wonderful down there, seriously. And they have all of Michelle's charts. So if you need any of her charts, Acorns and Threads, I'll link them below, or at least put all their contact info, the phone number. You can just call them up and they will ship you her chart. But if you win my giveaway, you're gonna get Noelle because first of all, I will stitch any of these little crazy plant things that she designs. I love them. And Red Cup. I do live in Seattle. I do love my Starbucks Red Cup. So this is what's in the giveaway so far. There will definitely be some fabric, probably some R&R because they're my favorite linen right now. and anything else that I think of. I have a couple other things that I'm going to slip in there, but so far that's what's in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So what do you have to do to enter? I wanted this to be open to as many people as possible. I'm not going to make you answer a question. All you have to do is comment on this video or next week's video. Everybody who comments on this video and next week's will be entered into the giveaway in October 2nd. So just don't say giveaway. I'll delete your comment if you say giveaway. Please be a subscriber. Since it's a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, hit the subscribe button. Be a subscriber and be over 18 so that I can ask for your address and send you the goodies. So that's it, guys. That's all I have. Look how short this was. See, I told you. I didn't have much going on this week. I mean, it was a busy week, but not as much time for stitching, I felt like, or I just didn't work on as many projects. So, and I may not next week either, so we'll see. But I've had a good time checking in with you guys, and I hope that you're all having a great week, and I will see you back here next week. Cheers.